In case you've been living under a rock, Hungary just had an election. And if you blink, you might have missed what actually happened. For the first time in 16 years, Viktor Orbán lost power. 16 years. The man stepping into that moment is Péter Magyar. And his party, Tisza, didn't just win. They secured 138 seats in a 199-seat parliament on more than 53% of the vote. That is 2/3 majority. In Hungary, that means something very specific. It gives a government the power to rewrite laws at a structural level, to amend the Constitution itself. This isn't a small shift. This is a full reset. Now here's where you have to slow down and think clearly. Because there is what Magyar is promising and there is what is actually documented reality. And you need to know the difference. What is documented is this. Hungary has had serious ongoing disputes with the European Union over rule of law, judicial independence, and press freedom. Billions in EU funds have been frozen because of those concerns. That is not political opinion. That is on the record. So when Magyar says he is going to unlock that money, reform institutions, and rebuild the system from the inside, he is not speaking into thin air. He is speaking into a very real situation that has real consequences for real people. Whether he can actually deliver, it's a different conversation. Because promising change during a campaign and executing inside a system that was built specifically to resist change are two completely different things. Now, I want to be completely honest about something. I live here. My son is growing up here. So when I talk about this, I am not doing it from a distance. I am watching it happen from a street level. And what I can tell you is that the energy here is real. People are not cautiously optimistic. They are exhaling, like something that has been held tight for a long time just to let go. But I have also lived enough life in enough countries to know that moments like this are the beginning of the story, not the end of one. Hungary didn't just have an election. They handed one party enough power to fundamentally change how this country operates. And moments like that don't stay local for long. Hungary sits inside the European Union. What happens here ripples outward. So the real question is not just what happens next in Hungary, it's whether this becomes a model or a warning. Because when people hand over that level of trust, they're not just choosing a leader, they are choosing a direction. And that part, you don't fully understand until time starts to play out. My name is Ray, this is Magyar Minute, and I am watching this one closely.